Welcome to NFP live trading. Welcome back to another live trading session. Welcome. Good morning. How are you doing? I'm good, thank you. How do you do today? Good morning. Can you not see you? Thank you. Welcome. Good evening. How are you? Thank you very much. Welcome back to another live trading session here. Starting an NFP session, we are running our previous trade is still the second half, and I'm holding on to that. It's a risk-free trade, and I believe you guys also there. Now you can see the market is breaking out of the structure. As the market is breaking out of the structure, we are looking for the market to trend back here to the upside again to create a new higher high. So let's look at here to see what kind of trading opportunity we have in this market here. Let's begin here, and with this movement here I'm looking at for potential entry opportunity here in this area. So first of all, let's look here to see that overall market sentiment. If you look at that, this is NFP coming up in just a matter of 8 minutes. Good evening. How are you? Thank you very much. We had an outstanding trading session that if you guys looked at, and now with the NFP upcoming, and I'm bringing it here that you guys can see, this is NFP session here, and looking at first of all, this is the sentiment, and also we'll be looking at first of all the technical analysis, and this is key here as NFP coming in few. You look at that in just a matter of 10 minutes from the intraday here, that you can see the market is approaching this previous support area, and with this previous support test, if you look at the market is from this support here, that the price action from this support has moved up, followed by this pullback that you can see here, and with this pullback, as the market is here maintaining this is an initial breakout that you can see of this level, and then followed by this pullback. Okay, so that pullback is a possible, again, another entry opportunity coming up here. So that said, if we see the market is coming down back below, we are looking for another possible buying opportunity here in this area. And so Therefore, if you look at the market has moved up here, followed by this pullback, and you're looking at another entry opportunity here in this market for another wave of move back to the upside here. And that said, here, as the market is approaching the support from the lower time frame, from technical aspect, without any question, this is an uptrending market. And I'm just waiting for the data. Now, before the data, let's quickly look at here what is with the current sentiment in the market. A deal with Iran over Strait of Hormuz may require a compromise. So this is what we have looked at in our previous session. And US likely added nearly 100,000 jobs in July, but market is still tough for young. So we say the NFP is where you want to look at the overall move in the market. Okay, and some other news that I'm looking at the Forex factories for the top news. Iran's chief negotiator accuses Trump of threatening diplomacy with Hormuz. Traffic near standstill. Okay, so you're looking at here some of that. Trump on worse. I think he's great. I won't be criticizing him. Okay, so some comment about Kevin Walsh, who is now current Fed chair. Trump say he thinks war with Iran will end pretty soon. Okay, so there is some indication about the Iran war to be ended. So if you look at that this is what the point that I would look at, because some of other, I think, areas also we have similar kind of news that I have seen, that Iran war is ending soon. So if you look at that, so if that's the case, let's look at what is happening with dollar index and WTI. So WTI had, if you look at that, drop to that earlier. Now it's pushed here back above. And daily chart here on WTI, after the previous daily breakout of this level, look at here, the previous daily breakout. So this is the, if you look at the WTI here, okay. And once you see the market has reached that level where there is a WTI, we are looking at here for the market to trend down here back below. So that said, as the market is trending here back below on WTI, if you look at that on XAUUSD, the market trend is up. So we see some inverse relationship with WTI just before the 3 minutes remaining for the data to come up. And with this 3 minutes remaining here of this, that looking for the market to have that reaction back below of this. And if you look at that here, you can see 20 EMA, 10 EMA, and chances for the price to eventually break that low and then to revert again back to the upside here. So the bias from the technical aspect as well as the fundamental is bullish. Can you see now? Yeah, thank you. And I hope that you guys can hear me. Can you say before the news that you can hear me? What are your thoughts ahead of NFP? Are you bullish or bearish? So with NFP, I'm bullish, but you can see there is a breakup structure. Can you go below daily opening? What do you think? Okay. I don't think so. Let's see. I don't think so. NFP will take market below the daily low. However, if that happen, it should be happening the first few minutes of the NFP release. If that's the case, then breaking the previous daily low can be can trigger a huge buying opportunity. But if the market, let's say, didn't drop below in the beginning, it is less likely to have a downtrend to drop there. Likely, I mean, there is still a probability, but if you look at that, this is a very sharply uptrend. So we are running our previous position, the second half that was on the live. But if you look at that, we had also the hedging strategy that has closed. So now at the moment, I'm looking at for here to give us that another entry opportunity along this area. Okay, so spike. If you look at that, spike started. Still few seconds remaining. The spike is started. I'm really surprised to see how that happened, but let's see that what's happening here. Okay, we are on NFP. 75k employment change. Okay, out of 17.8k. Unemployment rate 6.4. Non-farm employment change has been minus 23k out of 85k. So it's a mixed employment change has been. This is a mixed results. Unemployment rate, but majority of that indicator shows positive. Unemployment rate is lower than the previous one. So let's see now here. There is a massive spike to the upside. You can see that here, the spike to the upside, the market has moved here back. So you see that spike up that we will be looking at few entries shortly after. So this is the lower time frame. This is the 15 minutes price action here that you can see. Now the market has broken back to the upside here with a strong liquidity sweep along this area that you can see. And with this liquidity sweep, as the market has reacted back to the upside, that we are looking at for this price action to revert back. This is the previous swing high. It's moving up strongly. It's a very strong trend here. And pullback is needed for us to be able to look at an entry. It's a buy alert that you guys can see here. So ready? So yes, if you're ready, let's begin another trading day here. There is significant liquidity sweep at this lower shadow that you can see here. Good evening. Long wick slow movement. Okay. Yeah, welcome. Welcome. So this is the 15 minutes price action, and as the market trend shows an upside, This is, if you look at from this support, testing this 20 EMA, and at this level, that if you look at the 15 minutes here, we are at that area of value. If you look at also the lower time frame, has shown significant trend direction. We might see now deeper if this 5 minutes candle straight drop back down can create a significant buying opportunity here, though the market trend is significantly bullish. There's an order block here. Okay, with this support here area, that you can see the market has moved back to the upside here, and that shows the market is structured to remain in that direction, in that major direction of the trend. Okay, how many of you are ready to enter? So give your feedback first of all before you look at entry. Can you go below daily being? I don't think so. It's a very strongly bullish breakout. So the market trend can continue to rise here back above. You're welcome. Good to hear you. Good evening. Long week. Yeah. Let's sell. Chat is not on the screen. Chat should be. Oh yeah. Yeah. One moment. Let's go. Okay, no problem. Thank you. But you guys can see the chat right on the default areas. So thank you. Will we see pullback? Yes, we are potentially to see high probability move here back. Now, if you look at that 5 minutes price action from here, that the market is now, this breakout is in fact is showing up that there is a further trend continuation from here. It's a one single breakout, you can say that. So now 4381 is the next level that you can look at. Our previous trade is still that has completely moved. Now we need to look at a new entry opportunity here. Now if you are ready to enter for the new trade, then make sure you like, and also let us know in the chat that you have the risk manager tool ready. All right. Okay, cool. Yeah, chat just kept it little on the default panel at the moment. Okay, so if you look at the 5 minutes, shows that the market trend is here in an uptrend. So we may be able to see further bullish move, but um, the market already has moved significantly to the upside. So to enter our trade entry here, I am looking at this price action to revert back again to the upside. It's just a news breakout. Chat is still okay. It's news breakout, but this is not an. This is a very important news, which is NFP, and this breakout can be continuing further potentially, because already there are a few reasons. If you look at here, this market now changing a trend from a very historical perspective that you guys can see here. So this is there was a long consolidation and change of character. Okay, so the momentum is higher in this market now for that uptrending move. And if you look at the monthly, you'll see that actually it is the price on gold potentially going back to the previous high here. Okay, so you can see that here at this level, and with this move, price on gold is heading back to the upside, so that can create this now new bullish opportunity. So gold may remain bullish here for an extended period of time, and because it's a historically bull market, we see that after back-to-back few months of pullback with war and other factors, so now gold may have started that new uptrending movement here, and that can take this market even back to create, I wouldn't be surprised to see the gold again going back to hit that 5,000 6,000 level. All right, so that can happen because there is a significant move here in the market. And 1 hour price action that you can see also showing that there is a strong bullish confluence. So it is started, gold started potentially a major move again after this few months of pullback, almost 3 to 4 months. And the whole time when there was a war, the market was on a pullback. Okay, now it is started to move again to the major direction of the trend. So what that means is that DXY potentially we see there is a significant breakout structure on DXY, And if you look at our weekly forex forecast on DXY, this is what I have discussed, that if you guys looked at the DXY is potentially to be in a downtrend, and we can see that there was a very sharp breakout here with a stronger flow. And with this strong flow on DXY that you guys can see here, that shows the market trend here to remain in this potentially to the downside. So from the DXY perspective, we can see that it's bearish, and there is a breakup structure here, which was potentially a false breakout, and you can see that there was strong liquidity sweep, and DXY has changed the trend and can now come back to this lower low, can possible to come back to the lowest level. And if that is the situation, if you look at the on XAUUSD here, that to remain bullish, and that can trigger that market back to the order block that you guys can see here in this market. So there's a 15-minute candle closed and strong breakout. This is NFP candlestick pattern. So any pullback, this next 15 minutes is our potential entry opportunity. Okay, we'll see that if we see this next 15 minutes coming for deeper pullback, or again showing a stronger bullish confluence here. And I'm looking at also the 1 minute chart. This is the recent level of support. I'm looking at 1 minute is because if you look at, there is already a very strong uptrend. So breaking below on this lower time frame, we can look for any entry. You see that I always look with caution, and it is good to see that we have always a best entry, and that we are entering every single day. And also, if you want to explore more about the premium group, don't miss out the link below this video in the description. So you can head on to the below this video, and also you can use that link. And also I'm sharing this link here on the chat option. You guys can take that link and then visit the website to find out more about the premium group, as well as all other strategies, trading tool, as well as analysis that we are using every day. with a lower low and lower high. Here you can see the market is showing up to be in this area, to be, if you look at that here, that's a previous support level that looking forward to see the market to break below and then to revert back to the upside. Here you're looking to see that potential entry in this area. Okay, looking for this break below here, which what you can see in this area. Okay, here the market is trying to push here back in this zone here, that looking to see possible entry, and we are looking for the price action to deepen here for us to be able to enter. And I'm keen to enter best level possible after the previous session's incredible trade. This session as well, we are looking for best entry setup in this market. Yeah. We don't. No, not temporarily. This is permanently. Sometime temporary, sometime permanently. But what we can see here, that the market is in overall a new momentum in the market, right? That there is a change in trend, and because there is a change in trend, it's more of to bounce off that level, that the regular direction that you guys can see here. So that said, we could see the market to remain eventually to that direction. So you can see here how the price is evolving. Now, is it a probability now for the market to come down here? Yeah, there is still probability. You'll see that more often news does that the market can still drop entirely below to this support and then revert back again. And that's why if you look at that, I look at the multiple times in the 4-hour chart, that you can see the market has bounced off this level, and of this 1 hour, that means that hourly candle is very important as well, because we can look at the multiple time frame with this lower time frame. Come on. The entry will be sweet, and we will wait for the perfect entry. Coach, thank you. Thank you. This entry will be sweet. Yeah, we'll wait for the perfect entry. Yes, though there isn't any perfect entry, but as perfect as we can. Yes, we can see that there are some. If you look at consolidation, and slowly the market is decelerating off that level. So because the market is consolidating, decelerating to that level, we would see the price action to have a rejection back to the upside here in this area that you could see in that level. So that is the key. Always stay like the easy in your entry, because trading is really boring, and that's what makes it so interesting, because there is a higher tendency for over trading or early trading, which is still these days I face. But if you are like keeping yourself discipline, okay, and also you need to create a balancing way to trade in based on your how disciplined you are, and also at the same time taking it comparatively loosely. Okay, for example, when I begin my trading, sometime I feel like I'm missing a good trade, and then going to in a breakfast or lunch, always looking at the best trade that I'm missing, rather the time that came only in the trading time that I will be trading, and afterwards it's only to let the market to give a lot of trade that we don't want to enter. That's why you see that the market will come. You'll find a lot of good entries. So here is the 15 minutes price action, and the 15 minutes price action, the way we can see, it is still can entirely come down the next one, or can go up. How many of you think that the market is going to come down to this support area here? This is a high probability. Okay, and I will also ask with a poll that to see is in fact how many traders, and with a question if you guys can answer. So I'm asking a question as a in a poll. Do you think the market is going to drop 4317? So 4317 is at this level. Annuity, yes or no? More often, pool really helps to understand that overall. Okay, and I've shared a pool. Make sure you cast that boat. Will be helpful. I do. Okay. I think it will come down. I think so. Let's see that. But I don't want to trade against that trend. We might be able to enter if we see that very high confluence for a drop. Then why shouldn't we take a sell trade? But let's see that. Became so disciplined. Okay, so this is a very important question, right? Discipline is the key. Okay, in trading, in outside, in all aspect. Okay, discipline is the key in achieving anything, going anywhere, doing anything. Okay, and it's also self-love, right? Discipline is self-love. Keep in mind that there's a lot of misunderstanding. Discipline is, some people think that discipline is like, you are giving yourself some hard time, but it's actually self-love. Okay, a clean self-love. So that's where you start to become a good trader, when you stay disciplined. Now, why it is important to have that discipline or self-love? Some might think, okay, self-love is like a selfish thing. No. Self-love begin with, you can understand it from a very general perspective, right? Which is very important to look at. And then once you become disciplined, it shows up. And you need to be at least for, let's say, yep. And then once you create that habit, you need to just do it for 21 to 25 days. Okay, that's all. Anything and everything. So our brain is connected, okay, to this field, right? And anything that we think, do, act, and we create a neuro connection in our brain. Okay, which is called a neuroplasticity. Enjoy engaging in that habit of self. Okay. Yeah. So once you build that neuro connection, 21 to 30 days, it became permanent. So, and every outer experience that we experience is actually has a relationship to that neuro connection, is because there is an according, like if you look at the energy flow, energy follow the path of least resistance. So the job of the brain is not to look after what is good or bad, but to conserve energy. So brain knows that the amount of energy that you have is limited, so as conservative as it can be to store some of its energy. So that's why it always follow the path of least resistance. That means that the connection that is already built, it will just go to that, because to build a new connection you need a attention to it. Okay, because anything that you want to start, you need to pay attention to that. So when you pay attention to specific thing, you actually giving it to energy. So when you pay attention to the new things, you need additional energy. So the brain requires more and more energy to process that new things, to build that new neuro connection, which is a different energetic pathway. So once you create that connection, your outer experience changes, because each layer is different. So that's why when you create that discipline habit, it's reflect everywhere. Now, as you can see, the price of this level slowly started to come down back below, and looking forward to see the market to have now, and we can see there is that rejection. So it has just broken that level. Now we are looking at here for this price action to come down lower. There is a fair value gap. Okay, so this is the zone that we could look for sell. Let's wait to see how this 5 minutes candle close. Now we need to sell off this to this level. Do you think we will get more buying power at New York 9:30 Eastern time? Yes, we could see that more volume. We can look at more volume, but for the buying power, we will see that what kind of trend is most likely to be buying, because it's if you look at that, it's Friday. Okay. However, we can see that the market trend remaining here in this direction. Welcome. Hearing they just chainsaw. Yeah, that's a good change. People used to think that the brain become fixed at certain age, but now we know that that's not true, and that neurogenesis happened at all ages. Yeah, so if you understand a complete brain mechanism, then you'll understand that. Okay, so what is the difference between an adult brain and child brain? Except there is no difference except some number of cells, and also mostly the brain wave. Right? If you look at a child brain, the brain wave is different. So if you look at below 7 years, it's mostly alpha brainwave. Okay, and an adult is mostly beta. That means that analytical brainwave, right? So, but you can change that. We mostly don't think about it. We just, run on beta and sometimes gamma, and then before you fall asleep, just go for a short period of time through the alpha, because it's a transition between alpha and theta. So, but if you can stay on alpha or theta long enough, then your brain become like a kid's brain. So you can purge everything, you can reset anything. Okay, you can unlearn anything and you can relearn anything at any point in time within a short period of time. So that's why if you can change, if you know how to change your brainwave each day, then your brain and kid's brain has no difference to it. So you can, anytime you can become creative, you can learn anything, you can unlearn anything. It's a simple thing. Okay, here now the market became slightly slower. Another 50-minute candle is forming, which could be here to come down or to go up. There might be in any direction, so it will be here. So we see that there are some selling pressure here, guys, and I'm going to look at here now possible sell entry. We know that this is an uptrend, but this is a short-term sell entry that I will be looking at for this market to potentially come down here to retest this order block, and we'll keep little higher profit target. I know that it's a strongly uptrend, but we might be exiting the trade along this area fully because it's an uptrend, but there is a higher chance for the market to come down. Depending on the price action, we will be adjusting the entry. Here I'm looking at for a sell trade here along this area. So here we can see there is a breakup structure. If so, also in our academy trade, we am hedging this trade along the way. So here, if you don't know how to hedge, then only the sell. So here I'm hedging this trade as well along this area. So for the hedge, the same amount of stop loss. Okay, and that way we have more flexibility in terms of if we need the market to show any possibility to change. So this is a sell trade, but here as in our tool we are also hedging this entry, so I'll keep this one visible. But in case if you are on the premium group, you can be able to use that tool to hedge that trade. Okay, so usually TP target around this area 4317. So the 50 minutes candle, if you guys looked at that, you can see the market has shown that back to back 2 red candle closed. Also the brain, the story of by the, thank you. Yeah, we can see that there is a lot of information on that. Yeah, okay, so you are on the trade. Let me know if you are here with this trade. Okay, coming down here, and if we see that significant profit reach with nearly 200 pip, we'll be taking partial if you are running the one-way trade. Okay, here we are looking at, we are running this trade. We can see the downside here. We are looking to see the market to trend. Okay, so here if you look at the market has created that reaction of this previous support down resistance, and you're looking at for the price action to turn back down to this area here, and that's where you can see the market structure maintaining its trend, which is showing up the price action to have that reaction back below. With a long wick candle, we are looking at for the market to trend, and then to this is, you can see there is a breakout structure here. So we see that there is an initial breakout, but is the NFP move. There is a significant bullish breakout. We see that the market is remaining strongly bullish, and I will not be hesitant to exit the trade and look for buy entries. We are at near the entry here. We see a strong selling confluence here. Okay, with a few long week price action here at this level, and Okay, looks like we are seeing some upward bias, and we are 75 pip minus, but we might be exiting this trade. Let's wait to see this candle to close. And what you can see here with the 30 minutes close, so the market is having some push back to the upside here, and therefore so if you look at along this area here that I'm looking at for the market structure to so we look at that there is a breakout, and so therefore I will be exiting this trade at this level. I will be happy to give away around 70 pip, and I'm going to exit this trade at this level. We'll be re-entering again for once the direction is confirmed, but the hedge trade will keep running, just the live trade that I'm exiting. And I also update the group. So I'm out with the running trade, but the hedge trade is running. So the market might here push back to the upside. So I am giving here 73 pip, okay, away, which is 73 pip, and I will be looking at re-entry. I would suggest that if you are following my trade, just to exit with the running PNL, and we'll be re-entering again for this potentially upside bias. So the market shows a possible upturn. So if you look at, this is the 15 minutes price action here, and with the 15 minutes bullish market structure that I'm looking at for the price action to have that reaction back above. So with a, if you look at that 15 minutes bullish engulfer, that shows the market structure to maintain its upturn. So here is the 1 hour that has shown the price action might be here and moving up. So I will be setting up in the meantime a buy entry, but we would like to see the market here have done little pullback. So we look for buy that I will be setting up around 190 pip stop loss for this move. My sell entries, I'm out with the sell entry, and here if you look at, we'll be setting up buy at this level with at least 3 to 1. We had our previous trade, massive one, this one as well. Previous time is the London session trade. Just the previous one, we are out with the break even nearly around 73 pip minus. Now here I'm looking at for the buy setup. Okay, so we'll be going out around 177 to 78 pip stop loss, and stop loss at 4333.39, and we'll be setting profit target level at 4420.22. Okay, so I'm long. You can share your feedback on the chat. So I'm running that buy entry here on gold for this movement. Okay, 25, thank you a lot. And here if you look at the market has shown some increased liquidity at this level, as the price action shows that continuation of this market movement. So if successful has that breakout, it's gonna be nearly to 600 pip. Yes, had your break even and follow the instruction that you have seen. I just exit by market. I didn't set the break even is because the market might here, because I will not be running the trade, and I didn't look at to set break even. The market can come back down for a break even. If you have managed the risk accordingly, then yeah, you can, because it still can go up and directly go to your stop loss. In that case, you might be going full risk that you have taken, but now we have just lose frictional risk, okay, which even the market moving in our favor at this level, we will be much more than that. Okay, this is what, in case if you are not correct in your direction, better always to exit the earliest time. Now if you look at with the current entry, if the market just move at this level, in that case we will be well above our previous trade. Okay, so that way we can take more profit, cover the previous one, and also we can run partial. So if the market cross this swing high here, we will be taking partial, and that will give us the previous trade entirely or more potentially, and the rest of the half we will be running for the full TP hit at this level. Okay, phone this morning is approaching more. No duration, thank you. Awesome. So pushing higher here. So the second the buy trade is running up here. If you look at the lower time frame, price action shows that uptrending momentum at this level. So with this move that you guys can see, okay, one more rejection is what you are looking for, another entry at this level for the market to show up its directional bias. So if you look at the next 15 minutes here at this level, that we are seeing the market structure. Some reaction of this. Looked at a pretty long week price action here at this level that you can see. And this is the previous resistance turning support here at this level, and we can look for the market to show potential direction accordingly here. Okay, if the market breaks here, it's going to be a lot of chart. I think the trend is still bullish. So this breakup structure can create new momentum. But I think if you look at that, unless it's going to reverse of that, I don't think so. Thank you. Okay. All right. So we can see some interesting move here at this level. So after the breakup structure, we can see the market is having the trend. This is that entry that you can see here. So you see some I think rejection at this level, and so if you look at here, that shows the market trend to remain in an uptrend here at this level, and which is showing up to be bullish, that you guys can see here. Which if you look at that, the price action shows that momentum, and which could be that the market is structured to maintain a new higher high, and we want to see that it's going up to maintain this trend here at this level. And the 1 hour candle close also nearing, and the previous hour was a large bullish engulfer. This hour, that as usual you should see another bullish breakout. See that where it is heading. Based on that, we'll be looking at to see, and I see there we can see that there is some momentum at this level. Okay, 25 NAS 100 for us. Make a plan. Thank you. Okay, here there might be some little interesting price action being formed. Great entry, and okay, here is where you can see the market really have shown some dramatic movement. Now it just rejected again. We'll see that if this is a weekend trend change or just the liquidity grab. We are waiting to see where it is heading. Thank you. And of that, if you look at of this support that we are looking at, So with this support here that you guys can see at this level, we are looking to see the candle close on the 4-hour, and few sessions there is significant bullish confluence with this NFP breakout. We'll see if the market is going to hit the previous high here or entire break below. Okay, need to see that if the market is changing the trend, or how many of you agree that the market is going to maintain the uptrend or is just changing the trend? Okay, all right, so you can see some new movement might change the possible trend here along this area. Got that stop loss here. So the market is little unpredictable, which is that can happen. I think the market might be here changing the trend, so we can just take it out and looking for further entry. we say there is a breakup structure here, and that has given a very stronger confluence of this movement. You guys looked at here that you can see, and for our candle close pushed higher. This is a little unusual price action that you guys can see this, especially during the NFP. It happens, and off this level that you can see from here, drop to that support, pull back to the upside, and we can see the market is maintaining that downside momentum. Now we see that there was a breakout. Here is the liquidity gap that gives that the price action possibly to here to deepen further. So the market might coming back to the support area here, which could be the price action to drop to that key area. We might see the price action to come back to support. Welcome. And I'm in the sells fading the NFP move. Yeah, there is at the end of the session there is a breakout, so that might bring little we could see the price to come back to the NFP low, so which is the 4-hour support. The market might come here for that deeper liquidity sweep at that level, which can happen. Okay, here there is a very unusual move, and I think that might be pure liquidity grab. Is uptrend ongoing? What do you think? Okay, here the market is really little. If you look at that here, slight I would say that this is a zone of confusion. The market, if it started to trend again back, usually after this kind of break, the price, when it return, more often the price goes back to the initial support here. But in this situation, we can see the market has that has tested this support and then reacted again back, so that can go back to create a new higher high, can come back down here to create a new lower low here in this market. We'll see that where it is heading based on that. For our candlestone closing to push it higher, yes, we can see that this might be, it might be here going for that new higher high again. Okay, so it just came down for deeper liquidity grab, and we can see the rejection, so that shows that the market trend may continue here. We could see another down move. Okay, so as if you look at the market has broken this support and slowly breaking to the upside, I think we are seeing potentially the market to, this was a false breakout, and you could see that continuation of this movement back to the upside as the market maintaining that up and direction here of this. And I'm looking at here for another buy entry along this area, and we will be setting up here because this is the previous trade didn't work out. I would like to take this one as a potential break-even trade, so we'll be setting up 200 pip profit target at profit target 1, and then we can let the rest of the move for 3 to 1. Okay, we can see that here. So this is going to be also buy entry, as if you look at the market tested this 20 and reacted back to the upside. So here I'm looking at for this buy entry on gold here, and we still have big move that happened from our past weeks. So 4326.43 as stop loss, and take profit target we'll be looking at here at 4424.45. And it's a buy trade that I'm opening. We'll be setting TP here above this level as 4424.45. So here I have looked at the buy here for the second trade that we are looking at here, and as the market is trending, we are looking at for the price action potentially to continue trend back to the upside here to create a new higher high. We're looking to see, right, and we can see it's slowly breaking back to the upside. This was a false breakout that you guys can see here at this level, and that false breakout, because there is a false breakout, with this rejection, usually the market more often goes up and create a higher high. But the second move here is possibly a strong momentum for the market to go again to continue. Thank you. Okay, as at this level, if you look at that, the market has moved at this zone, and here our previous trade didn't work. So there is a large pin bar on 30 minutes. That's a very large doji that you can see. Okay, so here the market is with the previous one has closed in this area, that the market might be here creating another momentum back towards the upside here. So shows that the market trend to maintain its upside, and we are looking to see the price action to grab the liquidity here at this level. So with this support, okay, there is a doji on the 30 minutes. Now this doji more often can break to the upside here as well. So as if you look at that, there is a stronger bullish confluence followed by 3 30 minutes candle that you can see narrow doji shows that there is a rejection of this, and that's what we are at now to see the market if going back again to hit that level. And from the daily we can see the price action shows still possibly upside bias here in this area. We can see of this support the price slowly trying to break here back above. The market after this initial breakout, we see there is a little slowdown here, and I think that might be the price action to for a deeper pullback, as there is a stronger breakout here at this level. You can go here that nearly welcome. We can see there is a little slower movement here at this level, and the price action, we can see that of this still there is a possibility for pushing higher. So we are looking at to see that after this 1 hour, this hour also the price action has shown retest and then rejection, so that could trigger potentially further upside liquidity, which is possible to happen with 30 minutes as well. And so the market has gone and extended a very extended consolidation here, and with the 1 hour close in 5 minutes time, I think the price action is potentially to break back to the upside here, which could create a potentially new move that looking to see if the market is trending with this inverted head and shoulder with 1 hour close. That could trigger that market to break back to the upside here at this level. There's a drop in liquidity graph that you can see here. However, the 4 hour price action here, we can see that there has been 4 sessions bullish move. This is the NFP candle, guys, you can see that, and that's our basis. So if you look at that, this is the NFP candle, it has a volume in it, there's a stronger bullish confluence in it, and because it has a volume, the market still can bounce off that candle. Okay, the market still can bounce off this price action here, and that can trigger that upside liquidity if we see the price action shows a clean move back towards the upside here. So we had an incredible trading week. If you looked at that, each day 2 sessions. Now we are almost end of this session here. This trade, guys can see that it's a fully risk managed trade and will be running till the end. And my plan here for this trade, if you're running, then just letting you guys here, my plan to take the profit target 1 at this level, which is at 4370 or around the zone once the market managed to pass that level, and then to move the stop loss at entry to run it risk free depending on where the market is heading. Now this is another trading day. If you look at that, we just have seen the NFP has been released, and the data has a mixed results. If you look at that also situation here, that US employment situation. So if you look at that, both non-farm payroll and employment as well as the unemployment rate, 4.1% changed little in July. So I think the market is likely to adjust itself more often. NFP is a market mover, and we have seen initially here there is a very stronger bullish confluence. back to back. We are now the second hour close, and this 1 hour candle close is almost, if you look at, leaving a long wick at the top. So if we compare the NFP hourly candle along with these two price action, that you can see still the buyers showing a stronger confluence. So our trade direction is now in that direction, depending on the later session. As if you look at that, this next few hours could be pretty strong, and the market still can go back again to create a new higher high. If you look at the daily, show that from this support it has moved so far to the upside, so we can expect it to cross 4382 even higher. So you're on that direction of the trend. The rest will be leaving on the market. If you guys have any question, don't hesitate to ask. And in the meantime, if you want to explore and also access the premium group, also you can find link below this video. All those long ads, oh, what do you mean by shouldn't have any ad yet? But if you see that, you're gonna skip if you want. Okay, so that being said, thank you for joining here. I will keep this trade running and we'll post an update later today in the middle of the NOI session. So to follow along, you can stay connected by subscribing to the channel. That's it. Thanks for joining here. We had a very big week, and you guys have seen that almost every week we had a winner. And this session, we are the first trade didn't work out. This one we are running in, but that's the part of trading, right? Someday, definitely will not work, and that's one day or one session. We had our previous session a massive winner, which is a big winner. And that said, we will keep eye for our next week as well. Tomorrow there will be weekly forex forecast, and stay connected to access those forex forecast as well. And I'll see you there again, trading live. Until that, stay well, stay happy. If you are running this trade with me, make sure you do the risk management, of course. And if you haven't done the risk management, then probably you can reduce your size at break even. You see the market is now pushing higher, so you can reduce your risk at that level. So that's it. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you again very soon trading live. Until that, stay well, stay happy.